Hey people, Intred here, 53 Faction War. This is Cathari Ruins and Eldar versus the Orcs. So the blue Eldar team, it's triple Warlocks. This is Link. We have SuperMegaUltraPanda with the same hand elite scheme, and Sparkky. Oh, also using the same hand elite scheme. These guys are spellcasting melee fighters that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. On the red Orky team, we have two Warbosses. This is Yubel in some dashing pink, and we've got red Rooster, and this is the Goths elite scheme. These are melee heroes walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. And rounding off the team, Night Stalker and a Kommando Knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter, and this is the Death Skulls elite scheme, is it? I forget. Just sort of Daka on the Warlock. This is SuperMegaUltraPanda, who does have some Howling Banshees, so maybe we'll see some channeling runes action. Perhaps also Sparkky has some. Double Banshees from Panda. That's brave. Double shooters for all three of the Orc players. Triple Guardians up here for Link. Northeastern VP turning red for the Orcs. All three of them are contested. Stun bomb on the Banshees, and now the Sluggers coming in. They're going to wipe them, are they? Banshees are wiped, so not double Banshees, but here's the second one. Does the Warlock get away? Warlock does get away. Sluggers have terrible sidearms doing 1 DPS, which will be lowered because of retreat. I wonder if it just gets rounded back up to 1 DPS. A single cap here for the Orcs. Sluggers flee the second Howling Banshee squad of Panda. This is Sparkky's here. Warboss takes a swing at them. Guardians, are they looking to tie up the shooters? They are. Have some Taekwondo in there. Warboss gets a good stomp, then gets knocked over. Banshees run. More Banshees coming in. Are those Guardians okay? Looks like the Guardians make it so close, down to 2 hit points. Maybe even 1 at some point. Warlock versus Warboss. The Warlock's got more of his hit points though, and his Guardians can help out, maybe. Hello? There we go. Warlock's gonna have, the Warboss is going to have to run. There he goes. And maybe they can touch the power over here. Got a War Banner up. Howling Banshees have found the Kommando. Chucks his stun bomb, gets war shouted, and then probably leaves. No. Stays here. For now. Then gets knocked over. Guess he stopped the War Banner getting wiped out. Here comes Sluggers now, with burners on the way. Burners give them more hit points. Some burner weapons, and they count as power weapons. These Sluggers don't have it. Catching some Banshees on retreat, but they're okay, and double Warlocks on them. Surely we'll see some Witchblade of Kurnus action if those Sluggers, if all these Sluggers survive to tier 2 and get their Knob leaders and stuff. Red Rooster went down to a single squad at one point. Get some more Sluggers up. Had some rough fights earlier. 479 to 500 on the VPs. Kommando now melee mode with his Assassin's Knife. Can stab you pretty good and also knock you over with Tripper Shot. Pretty awesome weapon. Nothing for the war bosses yet. What about these guys? Nothing for the Warlocks yet. We do have a Shuriken on this Guardian weapon team, and Rangers up for some long-ranged burst damage and disruption. Can help Banshees get delivered into the backlines because they can knock stuff down and stop, maybe stop shooters from using aiming what's that or something. Because these guys, oh, they don't have their big shooters. These guys do. So they can use aiming what's that to suppress something on demand. With those big old shooters. Banshees there with aspect of fleetness, jumping over stuff. So quick on their feet. Warlock's getting in there too. I think the cooldown on his leap is like 15 seconds or so, maybe 30 seconds. Maybe someone can correct me. But he can't do it constantly. And he doesn't get a melee charge, although I think he gets a speed boost once he lands from his leap or something like that. It's been changed a bunch over the years. Storm Boy's on the way for Red Rooster. Who needs more shooters, eh, when you got all the melee? Central VP turning blue for the Eldar. Will give them a 2-to-1 cap, or will it? Because the Warboss is moving into the other VP southwest. Warlock off the field. Has anyone touched power yet? I don't think so. They're all full for now. Maybe someone got through somewhere that I missed. So much death over here. This is where Red Rooster lost a bunch of his stuff. 1-to-1 cap now then. Slight, very slight VP lead for the Orcs. They're going to get a 2-to-1 though, I think. Eldar are mainly focused on the mid right now. That War Banner is still there too, constantly buffing these guys around it. can be activated for a longer lasting, there it is, longer lasting buff. I think it's like 30 seconds buff, that thing. It's not huge, it's like a few % buffs in a few things. These sluggers are infiltrated by the Kommando, hide the boys, and they have a little surprise party for the Guardians there, who are terrified by it and instantly run. Looks like they all made it out. It's a nice idea though, and there's Kinetic Pulse on the sluggers. Warlock's in on them, gets a really good special. And then a grenade goes in. He's got the channeling runes here, Panda. What about Sparkky? Nothing for Sparkky. Warlock going to be alright here? He's getting duckered and chopped. I think he's going to go down. Does go down. Right in the center of the map, basically. Wonder if they can get him back there. Warboss level 3 for Yubel. Almost level 2 for the Kommando. Level 2 Warboss for Rooster. Link is a level 1 Warlock. Level 1 Warlock and level 2 Warlock for Sparkky. Wraithguard on the way for Link. Tier 2 for Sparkky. Orcs yet to go. What is this? That's a Shuriken. Thought about capping, but takes a more defensive position. Might just get stun bombed by this guy. It's not actually setting up. Oh, it's going back to defend the power, perhaps. These guys don't have their equipment, so they can't chuck grenades. There's a stun bomb. Does have a bit of a wind up on that animation, so you can kind of spot him reaching back for his stun bomb. Maybe start moving. Banshees with their fleet to run in and gives them a nice speed boost, but they do lose damage when they're using it. I think the Commando's okay. Yeah, he's fine. Triple cap for the Orcs as we look at the tier 2s. Wraithguard already up for Link. Looks like Sparkky had some queued up, but stopped it. They got their Spirit Seer, these guys, so they'll move a bit faster and see a bit further. Can they get a volley on the sluggers before they get in? Or there is that wind-up time. Yeah, they got it. Which means they, of course, get suppressed. Makes it a lot harder for them to get into melee. Shooters going for it. Look at that damage, though. Wraithguard with their Wraith Cannons will mess up anything. Unlike Flashkits. Flashkits don't have the wind-up that Wraithguard do, but Wraithguard will take out vehicles as well. And they do have that suppression immunity, which is quite nice. Flashkit's a bit more mobile, though, of course. And they're a tier earlier. Yeah, more Wraithguard for Panda. More Wraithguard for Link. Maybe they could get Falchu's Wing and buff them up. And do some mass Wraithguard death on the Orcs. Maybe with Seer Council screening for them, but they need to be careful of friendly fire, of course. Try to send the Banshees onto a different target just to hold it up. And shoot something else. Storm Boys on the way for Yubel. Red Roosters are still in play. A bit of XP. These guys have power weapons, which will be good against the Wraithguard. Wraithguard are heavy infantry. Yep, there's the second Wraithguard for Link. So there's 3 of them on the field, and a Wraith Lord for Sparkky. Can help counter-initiate on the Storm Boys. Weird Boy for Nightstalker. We might see some tank busters to fight the Wraith Lord. Can the Orcs cap here? It's a double now for the Eldar. And we see a webway up in the northwest corner. We may see some down in the southwest corner as well. Sorry, that's northeast corner here. May see some down in the southwest as well. Banshees bashed a node. They were trying to steal the power, but then they got forced off. Here's the... I was going to say, here's the firepower, but they got... Oh, they dodged it. They dodged the Foot of Gork. They got hit by a Weird Boy basic attack, though. Wraithguard a bit too far forward here. Had to dodge the Foot of Gork. Here's more Wraithguard. Warboss charging in. Now I'm angry, giving him a health regen and damage boost. And the disruption is such a powerful piece of war gear. That thing. So much stuff. I mean, the Hive Tyrant can charge, but he doesn't get a bunch of buffs afterwards. There's channeling runes, channeling on the Wraithguard, helping them to escape maybe. Or they couldn't quite stay in play, but here come more of them. There's 2 Wraithguard each for Panda and Link. It's a lot of firepower. Warlock goes down. Should get revived there, though, I think. Another Warlock in play here. Storm Boys with their very dangerous Knob Leader. Big chunk of hit points and a heavy melee weapon. Both Warlocks down there. And Sparkky gets some XP reviving those guys. So the Wraith Lord can get a shoulder-mounted weapon. Either anti-infantry or anti-vehicle, which doesn't affect its melee prowess, which is quite nice for it. No sign of one yet. Maybe he's waiting to see if there's a war truck or something. Those guys died pretty hard. That was the Storm Boys, I think. Yeah, it doesn't look like they had their Nob Leader in there, though. 339 to 350, 2-1 for the Eldar. Warboss charging in. This is Rooster with Angry Bits also, and has Cyborg implants for that big old stomp. Very cool. And what an amazing name Cyborg is. Should be an Orc just called that. Sluggers getting hide the boys. Looking for what exactly? Oh, the Shuriken most likely. Wraith Lord is right there to counter-initiate them, and they are getting spotted. Got spotted a bit early there, maybe because he gave an attack order and they started charging and shooting and stuff. The Shuriken went down. Can they finish him? Wraith Lord stopped attacking, and they could not finish him. 326 to 350. He doesn't have his shoulder-mounted weapon, but he's staying back and shooting a lot. Triple Wraithguard now for Link. No sign of Warlock support for them in terms of Falchu's Wing or channeling runes. Maybe even the infiltration war gear he can get would be handy. Wraith Lord is quite far forward here. Tank busters are getting volleys off. So is that weird boy with his basic attack that does plasma cannon damage. Quite nasty, eh? Ooh, 2 or 3 more volleys and he'll be down. There's a Nob squad chasing. I think he's far enough away though. Meanwhile, Storm Boys with that stun on landing thanks to the Nob Leader. Banshee's there trying to counter-initiate, getting channeling heals. Wraithguard just trying to create some space before they turn. Here we go. Need to target things very carefully. Just wiped out something. Wiped out some sluggers, I think, there. Storm Boys get away. Oh, they're going to power bash. That's good. They'll wipe the power really quickly and they'll give them some XP as well. Big stomp again from Cyborg implants on yubel. Oh, he's got a power claw too. 95 heavy melee DPS. Looks like he put the use your choppers buff on the Kommando rather than himself, which is a bit weird. And it's a percentage-based damage increase. He'd want it on the big old power claw. The power wasn't quite wiped. The Wraithguard run. Where's the other? Oh, these are Lynx. Those were Pandas. He just lost something there. It's double Wraith Lord now for Sparkky. Still no shoulder-mounted weapons, but that's a... could be a big problem for the Sluggers. I think a Nob squad fully upgraded will actually be fine fighting double Wraith Lord. They'll kill one of them and then just run. 320 to 286. Slight VP lead for the Eldar. But they've got that 2-1 to increase it. And what is this? And they're stealing power northeast. And they've got good map otherwise as well. Doing well, the Eldar. Revive there. Tried to stop it with the side with the big stomp look. Couldn't quite do it. We have Warp Throw for Link. So maybe going for the Witchblade of Kernus and Providence build alongside it. Warlock of Panda goes down again. Warboss got him. Can these guys finish their cap before Sluggers come in? Will they fight them? Level 2. They're both level 2, so close fight. Might depend on specials. They're running. They don't want to fight them. Not even using their war shout. In fact, they're getting in the webway, which will reveal that there's a webway there. I think they should have just retreated. Meanwhile, yep, Nob Squad take out the Wraith Lord Southwest. They got that full momentum going on from those big old hammers. Wraithguard getting shots in, and that makes a big difference. Look at that. Demolishing the shooter boys. I mean, they're only shooter boys, but huge, huge damage. Is he just throwing them away for population? Night Stalker. He's not retreating them. I feel like he's just letting them die for population here. Giving away some XP to try and get some, maybe a bunch of flash kits on the field. Foot of Gork. Hits some of them. And now we can get in on the power there. Yeah, that might be good with like Cloak of Shadows to infiltrate all those Wraithguard before they open up. Wonder if that's being considered. Quadruple Wraithguard perhaps for Link. What does happen there? Oh, he just got chucked. I saw the hero icon moving strangely on the old minimap. 296, 256. Banshee's now happy to fight them. Got some good specials. But can they beat the brute force of the Sluggers? Looks like they're losing the fight pretty hard, actually. These guys popping their wire and stuff. They're level 3 as well. Banshee's still level 2. I don't know if they leveled up in the midst of that fight or before it. But they messed them up. Kommando levels, then infiltrates to 5. Still got his knife and the sneaky infiltration kit. Still can't get that war banner down, eh? Or maybe it's been replaced or something. Map is looking quite blue, especially the southwest of it. 2 Nob squads are on the field. There's tier 3 Seer Council on the way for Panda. That could make a huge difference. Keep them with their power melee spears for now. They will disrupt and do a lot of damage to the Nob squad. Might not be able to take them on 1v1, but they'll help hugely. Not sure if this Wraith Lord's going to get away. He's attacking the Warboss rather than the Nob squads. Warboss just got his claw as well. Down he goes. Tank busters were also firing. There's no way that guy was going to get out. We do have Providence up with channeling runes for Panda. Yeah, Witchblade of Kurnus is good here against the Nobs. Wraith God opening up, able to suppress one of them. They can use the Frenzy, of course, to break their suppression. Cost them red, like a lot of Orcs abilities do. There's a Seer Council. A squad of Warlocks that will leap into combat with powerful weapons in melee. They can also get fancy heavy melee spears these days. They provide a 15% damage resistance aura around them to ranged fire, which is quite handy. They benefit from it themselves. Doesn't help them in a melee fight, of course. But yeah, the Nob squad got them. The Nob squad wiped. I was going to say the Nob squad got messed up, but it's gone. So we got a new one up there for Yubel. 296 to 149. Decent VP lead opened up now for the Eldar. 150 or so. Can they hold on to it? Storm Boys on the D cannon. Took their time attacking. Okay, they didn't even attack. Sparkky kept them in play. Wraith Guard melee fighting a Kommando Nob. Is he alright? No, alright. Wraith Guard get away. Kommando runs off. Banshee's trying to cap the mid now. And Wraith Guard on the northeast. Can they suppress the Warboss? They can. There's the charge. And then they run from the Nob squad, knowing that they had Frenzy available. And Nob leaders on the way. 284 to 138. Single cap. Going to be 2-1 for the Eldar again. What is this? That's a Warlock harassing some sluggers. Leveling to 5. Getting the Witchblade of Kurnus. The first piece of war gear he's got here, Sparkky. Going to be a nasty surprise for the sluggers. If it comes online in time, that is. Or it might not. It might not. They're killing him pretty freaking quick. That was nuts. Yeah, level 3 sluggers will do that to you. He was waiting for Witchblade of Kurnus. It was so close to use Ethereal Slash. This fella's got it. Panda's got it. There we go. He's getting Warp Throw. He's got Providence. He's going for the full Angry Space Elf build. Wraith Guard coming out the webway there. Banshee's yelling. Warboss is going to go down, I think. Yep. What about the Nob squad, though? Got like half their hit points in amongst the Wraith Guard. Wraith Guard trying to create some space. Is it even worth shooting into this? He can do so much friendly fire. Here come a bunch more Wraith Guard for Link. He's just got 4 Wraith Guard and that's it. Double cap for the Eldar. And look at that, opening up. Wrecking the tank busters. Foot of Gork came in. They retreat. Maybe they could have just tanked it. Use your choppers on the Storm Boys. They're not jumping the Wraith Guard there. They're trying to fight in melee against the Banshees. They jump out and then run. And they may be white. No, that's okay. The Seer Council got suppressed. Destructor takes one out though. 284 to 47. Can the Eldar see this through? More Wraith Guard for Link. Why not? Orcs have lost so much. Just stayed in fights a bit too long here and there, I think. Yubel's Warboss is down. That's a singularity. Doesn't hit anything. I don't know where the bloody D-cannon is. That was in the ruins down there. That was the first part of that map, of this map I made. Those ruins over there. Then I made these ruins, which nobody ever goes into. This map, of course, for those curious, was made for a new game mode that I was going to try and make, where like heroes fight each other and stuff. But it never came to fruition. So I converted it into a 3v3 map. Grenade doesn't quite hit because of that disruption. Would have been nice. 5 Wraithguard for Link. And there's the game. Double cap at the end. The Eldar had it. It was a quick one. 20 minutes or so. But it was fast and frantic. And I love me some faction wars. Yeah, they did steal this power up here in the end. There's 2 webways. Orcs just lost too much. And was it Night Stalker that chucked away his shooters? His double shooters? Couldn't quite get it rolling after that. The Nob squads were dealt with okay-ish. They did mess up both the Wraithord, but after that, I think they did a decent job containing them. These guys did get to level 3 though. Level 3 Warlock for Link. Level 3 Warlock for Panda. Level 5 Warlock for Sparkky down at the end. Level 7 Warboss for Yubel. Did some good crumping. Level 6 Kommando and a level 6 Warboss for Red Rooster with heavy armor. Yeah, Red Rooster lost a lot. Had to rebuild a few times. He had tons of resources at the end too. Well, there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. The first faction war of 2026. Thanks for these players for giving us one. Not sure if it was organized in such a way. It just happened to be. But it was a nice one. I'll see ya next time.